The singular affair of the missing ball began one fine summer morning on August 14th, 1888. It occurred on the grounds of Anklebone Estate, the ancestral home of Sir Reginald Anklebone. At precisely 5 minutes before 9 o'clock every morning, like clockwork, Sir Reginald left the manor house with his faithful dog Nigel at his side to play a rousing game of fetch. He and Nigel arrived at exactly the same spot every morning. Then, Sir Reginald threw a familiar red ball. Thereupon, Nigel dashed off after it. The clever canine followed a well-established route down a well-worn garden path to extract said red ball from the usual spot. But on this particular morning, something unusual occurred.
Crikey, that was quite a gust of wind. I think it blew my ball off its usual path. It is an exceptionally windy day today, but a lovely one nevertheless. Well, I'm sure that ball is around here somewhere. It can't have gotten too far.
But hours later, Nigel still hadn't found the ball, and he became quite distraught. The ball was simply nowhere in sight.
That ball always ends up right about here, right in this well-worn spot. Something is very, very wrong. It is terribly humiliating to let Sir Reginald down like this. I fear that there is some mischief afoot. Surrounded by the comforts of my lovely doghouse, I should be able to formulate a plan to solve this mystery.
And once he had done so, he rapidly got dressed for a trip to the city. Nigel knew of only one hound who could solve this most baffling mystery, my friend and colleague, Sherlock Whippet. But the question was, would he take the case? It was rapidly approaching dusk by the time Nigel arrived in London.
Almost there.
And finally, he made his way to our doorstep. Good heavens! Who on earth would be calling upon us at this late hour?
From the way they are leaning on the bell, I deduce that it's someone who is desperate to solve a baffling mystery.
Gentlemen, there's someone downstairs who says he must see you right away because he is desperate to solve a baffling mystery.
Mrs. Hounson, would you please inform him that it is well past our visiting hours and we will be happy to see him first thing tomorrow morning?
I am sorry, my good
dear.
man, but tomorrow morning simply won't do. I have a mystery of a most peculiar and disturbing nature that can only be solved by you, the legendary consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Whippet.
My dear fellow, I believe the detective whose help you need is sitting in that chair over there.
Good evening, my good man. I am Sherlock Whippet, and this is my friend Dr. Wolfson.
Mr. Whippet, I beseech you, please hear my story before rejecting me outright.
My dear fellow, I have no plan to reject you, and I have already deduced your story. You have come to seek my services in finding a missing ball.
Good Lord, what sorcery is this? Are you a mind reader as well as a detective, Mr. Whippet?
Hardly, my dear fellow. I would be a sorry detective indeed to not have recognized you as Nigel, the faithful companion to Sir Reginald Anklebone. Your championship wins in flyball at Crufts for 3 years in a row has provided ample opportunity for me to recognize you instantly from your many pictures in the London Times. I have read that you and Sir Reginald live in the country. I perceive that you are a Labrador retriever by breed, and I ask myself, what dilemma would cause a champion retriever like you to be so distraught that you would leave the comforts of the country life for the bustle of the city, and I would have to conclude that you have failed to actually retrieve something. A failure to retrieve a ball would be the ultimate humiliation for a proud canine champion such as yourself, since that is your specialty. Ergo, I deduce that it is in fact a ball which you have come to me to help you find.
You are absolutely correct, Mr. Whippet. The ball was lost during a game of fetch, and I must get it back. Will you help me?
Good gracious, sir. Do you honestly believe that a dog as talented as Sherlock Whippet has the time to indulge in a matter as trivial as a game of fetch?
On the contrary, Wolfson, I don't think the matter is trivial at all.
You don't?
No, I think it is of the utmost importance. You, sir, may expect our arrival tomorrow morning at Anklebone Hall, where Wolfson and I shall undertake to solve the mystery of the missing ball.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Whippet. You have brought me much relief. I shall sleep well tonight and eagerly anticipate a solution to this mystery tomorrow.
Do get home safely, and rest assured that Sherlock Whippet and Dr. Wolfson are on the case.
Thank you, sir. I shall.
Now, what do we do next, my dear Whippet?
Now, I intend to study my book of the great estates of England to familiarise myself with Anklebone Hall.
Ah, yes, the supposed scene of the crime. But Whippet, do you really believe that there is more to this story than a simple case of a dog losing a ball thrown by its master?
Yes, Wolfson. It seems obvious to me that a singularly unique mystery has been dropped on our doorstep by our esteemed client. And if we don't solve this case, nothing less than the future of the British Empire hangs in the balance.
Good heavens. I still don't understand why you think this case is so important, Whippet.
It's elementary, my dear Wolfson. Think of how much of our English lives and rituals revolve around the ownership and companionship of hounds. People hunt with them, herd sheep with them, race them, breed them, rely upon them for warmth and affection. There is perhaps no bond more sacred in our country than that between owner and hound. The importance of hounds in our society touches upon the very fabric of what holds our British Empire together. If an important man like Lord Anklebone were to lose faith in his reliance upon his hound, it's like a loose thread that threatens to unravel that societal fabric.
So you think that somebody is deliberately trying to attack our way of life by preventing Nigel from retrieving that ball?
I do. A missing ball might seem trivial, but loss of faith is a contagion that can spread like wildfire if left unchecked. You and I will stop that contagion in its tracks.
When we finally arrived at Anklebone Estate, Sherlock Whippet immediately asked Nigel to give us a tour of the grounds surrounding the manor house. He soon brought us to the garden path where the ball had mysteriously disappeared.
And now, let us search for clues which will lead us to the culprit. We must split up to cover more ground, and if you find anything unusual, you must call out to me immediately.
I don't understand, Doctor. Isn't this just a waste of our time? I've already searched the garden and I found nothing of interest.
Yes, but you were looking for a ball, and Sherlock Whippet is looking for a culprit. Mark my words, he will turn over every stone and examine every blade of grass until he finds clues that will lead us right to your ball thief.
Interesting, most interesting. Many of these flowers have been recently disturbed, their healthy petals fallen to the ground. Could it be that somebody disturbed them while hiding here? Aha! I see an object that definitely doesn't belong here. An empty tin can.
Whippet's keen senses detected a distinctive scent and flavour.
This empty can was once full of tuna fish. A most revealing clue.
Sherlock Whippet.
Oh, I'm being called to action.
I did exactly as you advised me, Mr. Whippet, and I found this mysterious ball of yarn hidden under a patch of flowers. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing that belongs in my garden.
Most interesting indeed.
Sherlock Whippet, come quickly. I think I've found something out of the ordinary and it might be a clue.
A toy mouse stuffed with catnip?
Indeed. When I first saw it under a large bush, I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Who could have brought a stuffed toy mouse to this garden, and why did they leave it behind? Are you as completely baffled by this mystery as I am, Whippet?
No, I believe things are finally starting to make sense.
Really, Mr. Whippet? I confess that I, for one, am completely confused.
Yes, this toy mouse confirms the deductions which have led me to an unassailable conclusion. Let us consider our clues. We've found an empty tin can that once held tuna fish and a ball of yarn, and now this toy mouse stuffed with catnip. Whoever stole your ball was probably lying in wait for a long time, maybe even all night, hidden amongst these flowers. They probably needed something to eat, hence the tuna fish. Then they needed something to help them pass the time, like the ball of yarn and the toy mouse. Now, we must ask ourselves, what kind of creature eats tuna fish and likes to play with a ball of yarn and a toy mouse stuffed with catnip?
Why, that would have to be a cat.
Precisely. A cat was hiding here in your garden, and when the time was right, that cat stole your ball. That cat is the mastermind behind this heinous theft.
But, Mr. Whippet, there are millions of cats in London alone, not to mention the whole of England. How will we find the one that is our ball thief?
There is only one cat in all of London who would hatch a plot as diabolical as the one which has led to your missing ball. And that cat's name is Professor Maury R. Catty.
You mean our evil nemesis?
Yes, and unless I am mistaken, he's probably still hiding here on the premises, possibly to rob Anklebone Hall. We must move quickly. The game is afoot.
I say, Whippet, would you please slow down? You're getting too far ahead of us.
I'm sorry, Wolfson, but I can't. I know Maury R. Catty is here somewhere, and I want to catch him before he realizes we're onto him, and he finds a way to escape.
Whippet, if we are in such a great hurry, why on earth are we stopping in this room?
Because, my dear fellow, when I researched this manor house last night, I came to the conclusion that this is the very room that a clever thief might best find a place to hide. These antique medieval suits of armor, which Sir Reginald has collected, would provide the perfect cover for a mastermind criminal like Maury R. Catty. Yes, I believe he is hiding here in one of these.
But Whippet, there are so many that it will take us weeks to search every one of these suits of armor.
I would say it will take us only minutes if we apply my methods of keen observation, deductive reasoning, and an observant eye for hidden clues. Watch and learn, Wolfson. Fascinating. Yes, yes, yes. Now this is interesting.
What is, Whippet?
All the suits of armor in this hall have a thin layer of dust on them, except for this one, which means that this suit of armor has been recently moved. Now, all we need to do is examine it a little more closely and... Hello? What have we here? I don't recall any style of medieval armor that ever utilized a cat's tail for decoration. And certainly not one that moves.
Maury R. Catty, I deduce that you are hiding in this suit of armor, and I demand that you show yourself.
I'm sorry. There's nobody in here but us ghosts.
Come out immediately, or I shall have to physically pull you out myself.
Curse you, Sherlock Whippet! You may have found me, but you'll never catch me!
Whippet, look! Just as you deduced, he's got my ball!
Fetch!
Wolfson, Nigel, you two go fetch that ball. I'll chase after that villainous feline myself. Stop, Maury Arcati. You can't escape.
Hurry! Don't let that ball get away. Oh no, I'm sliding on this slippery floor.
Whoa!
Good heavens, my dear fellow, do you need my assistance?
No, thank you, but where is Catty?
I think I saw Maury Arcati escape through that open window next to you.
Thank goodness. I'm relieved to see that you are both okay. Were you able to retrieve my ball?
Yes, we have it. Thanks to Wolfson, the missing ball has finally been fetched. But alas, that villain, Maury Arcati, has been able to make a clean escape. There he is now, getting away in his private dirigible.
Farewell, Whippet, till we meet again!
Thus ended the singular affair of the missing ball, one of Sherlock Whippet's most baffling cases. Nigel finally returned the ball to his master.
Jolly good, my dear fellow.
And all was well in the House of Anklebone. The British Empire was no longer under threat. Sherlock Whippet and I returned to our digs in London feeling somewhat triumphant. However, unfortunately, that did not last long.
London bank robbery? Thieves steal millions? Blast!
Yes, it is most unfortunate. I wonder who could have perpetrated such a heinous crime.
This can only be the work of Maury Arcati, and once again he has played me like a fiddle.
What do you mean, Whippet? None of us were in London when this robbery occurred because we were busy chasing Maury Arcati at Anklebone Estate.
What I mean is that the singular affair of the missing ball was nothing more than a decoy. Maury Arcati set it all up so that I would be intrigued enough to leave London while his henchmen pulled off the bank heist of the century.
Good Lord.
And the frustrating thing is that the major clue of what he was up to was staring me in the face the whole time.
I have no idea what major clue you're talking about.
Think about it, Wolfson. The whole time we were at Anklebone Estate, Maury Arcati was quite literally leading me down the garden path. That phrase, down the garden path, is the very euphemism for leading someone to distraction. That was the clue. How could I have overlooked something so blatantly obvious? I have been such a fool.
Whippet, I do believe that it's only a matter of time before you turn the tables on Maury Arcati.
Wolfson, I fear that your faith in me is horribly misplaced. Perhaps I should give up detecting altogether.
Why don't you play your violin and ponder your next move? Maury Arcati only put you in check. It's time for you to strategize how to achieve check and mate.
Good old Wolfson, you're right, of course. When it comes to Maury Arcati, the game is always afoot. Retreat is not an option. Wolfson, you are my one fixed point in an ever-changing universe, and I do appreciate you.
And as he played his treasured violin, I knew that Sherlock Whippet's mind was working like a fine-tuned machine, conjuring up new ways to catch his nemesis. Soon we'd find ourselves matching wits with him again in some incredible new adventure. And I, for one, could hardly wait for it to begin.